Hello, good people of Get the Idea Academy. Um, Today we're going to be doing a cool new segment called Word of the Day. And so I've picked out a word from a word that I feel I don't really know too well, and I want to try to get better knowledge of it and to introduce the word to you guys. So today's word, the date is June 15th. The word for today is belligerent. Okay, so you would probably pronounce it Lee J Ent. So you'd probably pronounce it like that. Belligerent. Ent. Belligerent. Yeah, so that's how you do that. Now, the definition for this word is interesting, and we're going to kind of cover it and kind of analyze it through each individual word. So, I'll just read out the definition really quickly. Aggressive or pugnacious, eager to instate a fight. Belligerent is rooted in the Latin word for war. So, I think we can kind of break this down a little simpler. So, aggressive basically means, well, we know that aggressive means it's angry or easily able to be hostile, or just kind of mad in a way, just kind of has angry tendencies. Pugnacious, on the other hand, is kind of more close to belligerent. It's eager to argue or fight, or just not something pleasant, right? It's not like a healthy debate, of course. It's like you're quick to argue, or you're quick to fight or quarrel or duel or something like that. You resolve it with violence and hurt. I think that's kind of like more of a extension of the word, but it's kind of roughly what that translates to. Now, eager to instigate a fight. Now, what this basically means is you want the fight to happen, right? So, like, assume like well, actually, the next sentence kind of goes into that, but you want to do a fight, right? Let's say someone challenged a role as a person, right? As like a manager or like an executive. I think, right? Like, well, I'm not saying this to everyone, but if you aren't really easily able to control yourself or can't keep your cool, this could be you, right? You want to show them dominance by trying to fight them and show that you can beat them. And I think that's kind of what this sentence means. This sentence is kind of just like a little informatory sentence. Yeah, belligerent is rooted in the Latin word for war. So its components of belligerent are in the Latin word for war. Which actually I think I know. For war. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's bellum. So the Latin word for war is bellum, and you can kind of see belligerent, kind of bellum, belligerent. So yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of what they say here. Here, I'll actually kind of erase that because that kind of doesn't look good. I'm going to actually keep a PDF on this in the description. Now, this one is Philip became overbearing and belligerent with his employees after dinner. Period, right? So, what this kind of shows is, let's analyze this, right? So, Philip, this guy is our main, right? This guy's who's hosting the dinner. And he's kind of showing, and I'm assuming someone probably was like, hey, you can't do that. He probably messed up. He's like, oh, I'm above you guys somewhere. And then they're like, hey, you can't do that. So he probably did that. And then overbearing, well, overbearing is not too hard of a word. It basically just means he was unpleasant or arrogantly domineering, which essentially is kind of tyrannical or oppressive. That's kind of what that means. Which means that he's kind of he's like dictating all of the dinner. He's like, oh, you have to do this right now, do that, right? And then belligerent, we just reviewed, it means to aggressive or pugnacious, or you want to instigate a fight. So when that happens, that means that Philip, our guy, he wants to fight the person that kind of challenged him, or he wants to fight all the people that challenge him, something like that. And then here, this is just with his employees showing who, and then after dinner. So yeah, I think that's gonna be our word of the day, and it was pretty cool. I hope you learned something, and yeah, I will see you in the next video.